Change for about 5 years. First came out here in 2011 and saw the amazing work of We Are Change Colorado. 50 people were meeting every single Monday, discussing ideas ranging from water fluoridation and how we could stop it, to 9/11 truth and how we could take action on a monthly basis to bring the people the truth. And there's been so many transformations over the years of this group. We've helped with labeling of GMOs. We've helped go to the water board and bring out Dr. Paul Condon to the Fluoride Action Network for one of the biggest presentations ever there. 150 people showed up. A couple municipalities, Durango and Snowmass, actually took out fluoride because of our work that we did. So we've done a little bit here and there. We really like these open mic nights. Every last Monday we do these, and we start them off with a live interview with somebody from the community. And so we're so blessed tonight to have Kate O'Flaherty, who started Solutions Voyage. So if you could just tell us, Kate, tell us a little about what the vision, where it came from, and where did it start? Where did Solutions Voyage start?
Solutions Voyage was really just a project that kept going. And for me, it was something that was the next natural step. It kind of started back in college when I was studying environmental policy, and I left college wondering what I was going to do and being an aspiring young activist. And I started working for the government, the Boulder County Sustainability Office. And it was a really great job. I got to kind of see the inner workings of that, but on a much deeper level, I felt that there was a lot of bureaucracy and that the shift wasn't happening quick enough. And at that point, I left and I decided to pursue some of my more artistic goals. And I started going to a lot of music festivals. And I went to the Oregon Country Fair, and that was one place that really inspired me. They have an amazing ecological program put on by Beach Power, and a lot of different members of the community who offer inspiring solutions. And so I began just kind of thinking about that and getting into the Colorado music scene a little bit more, and recognizing that I could really bring this to the community, and there was a space for it, and this is what we needed to bring together, and that I felt inspired to do it. And so I just started connecting with all of the amazing activists and other folks that I knew, and we started at Arise Music Festival in 2015.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so at Arise, how many people in this room have been to an Arise Music Festival? Just by showing hands. Wow. Holy moly, we got the Arise crew here, guys. How many people have gone up on the hill, though, to the Solutions Village? Not as many, but quite a few. Great turnout of people who've been to the Solutions Village, and that's Kate's amazing, vision that has become a reality. There's so many different people bringing their solutions up there on that hill at a festival, and it's just a great way to engage. There's a lot of people at that festival, very, very high vibration human beings doing really powerful work for the world. And I just think Arise is a leading example of a music festival and how it's done. It's not just a music festival. There's documentary films debuted. There's panels throughout the day in the dome. There's workshops all over throughout the day. There's different yoga happening all day. There's so many different things happening at Arise besides the music, and of course there's tons of stages of different types of music as well. But Solutions Village is one of my favorite parts, and I'm really thankful that you got to come down and we could all introduce everyone else to Kate and her work. I've known Kate for a few years and really been inspired over the years to keep collaborating. And so you got a little something coming up, Solutions Voyage. That's the name when it's not at Arise. At Arise, it's Solutions Village, and then everywhere else, it's Solutions Voyage. And so let's, really just give thanks for that. And tell us a little about what's coming up, like what Solutions Voyage is working on. It sounds like you got an awesome event. I've seen some flyers out there. We Are Change Colorado is helping sponsor their next event. So tell us a little about that and the vision behind that.
Thanks, So our next big event is called Nature's Playhouse, and it's happening on February 10th. And we are bringing together as many people as we can call in from the community to share their solutions. And we are highlighting 5 main workshops that we're hosting with activists from the community. One of them is Herbalism with Brigitte Mars. Another one is a speed dating workshop. Another one is an acro yoga workshop for partners to workshop, so you can take some time to drop in and either write a love letter to a human, or it's hosted by Postcards to the Earth. So what she typically does is she has people write a love letter to the earth in one way or another. And we've got Michael Alcazar in the room. Where is he? He's hosting a greywater workshop and sculpting landscapes to retain water for growing plants. Is that 5?
Yeah, that's 5.
Okay, cool. So it's a lot. We have a lot. It starts at 5 p.m. and then we've got 6 DJs later in the night. We're doing a giant dome, and we have another collaborator in the room who's going to build these nests in dawn and create some installation sculptures. We've got live painters, the whole shebang. So the goal of our fundraiser is to raise money for a bicycle power station. So in the future we can host events and have them entirely human powered with 5 bicycles and people pedaling the whole time to play music and to light up the event. So we're pretty excited about that. I hope so.
So it's February 10th, and I think that's the day before the full moon, right?
It
Day
is.
of the full moon?
Yeah, and there's a lunar eclipse that night.
Tell us how much are tickets?
Tickets are, if you get them right now, pre-sale, $10 online. They're on Eventbrite, and $15 at the door. And then if you want to participate in one of the workshops, it's $20. And it's all donation-based, so it's kind of like a sliding scale situation, pay what you can. We're trying to raise $7,000, so anything helps.
Awesome. What an awesome vision. If you're all about solutions in this room, raise your hand if you're feeling the solution vibe.
Yeah.
Change Colorado has been on an ever-evolving mission to focus more on solutions because, boy, our friend Andy Babb's got a lyric, if you're looking at the problems, then it's problems you will see. And it's kind of that law of attraction vibration where it's like, if you keep talking about everything that sucks and everything that's terrible, you're going to have you're just going to fill your vibration with that. Now, granted, we need to look at the things that suck. We can't just, ignore the truth. We can't do that. But we got to have a balance, and we got to create, instead of just tear down the old paradigms, we got to create and live it. We got to be the truth and literally live our truth. And so I think it's very important to note, I've really been very inspired by the work of many people that are pointing our solutions away from going to the government every time and asking for more permission or asking the government to solve a problem that they probably caused themselves. And so the more people than not that come in this room, they get that principle. And the more people that we can go out into the world and teach by showing them, that's really what it's about. And so I just want to give it a chance to finish up the interview with a couple of your favorite solutions out there that you've come across over your years at Solutions Village at Arise and with the Solutions Voyage crew. And yeah, just shout out any people or any solutions that you are inspired by at this moment. Put you on the spot.
Thanks. Well, I wanted to just thank you for inviting me here, first of all, or last of all, I guess. I'm kind of wrapping up now, but I also just want to reiterate how important it is to do anything that you can. There are a lot of people who are kind of like externalizing who can solve their own problems, but I like to be inspired by even the little things, little tips and tricks that I see different people doing every day. Like one of them, I'm kind of fighting off a cold right now, and my friend reminded me, instead of using a bunch of tissues, why not carry around your hankies? So I just want to shout out to Sarah Dawn for reminding me of that. It's little tiny things like that, and if they all add up, they really do make a difference. Personally though, I'm really into composting. I like it philosophically. I like the act of composting. I like seeing things break down and turn into new things. And so I'm all about it. And I like composting toilets. Sometimes the things that are like the least sexy are actually like the biggest paradigm shifters. I also have been really impressed with all all of the alternative energy solutions. I just want to give a big shout out to some of my homies that have put some solar on our bus and made it solarized, and I'm really excited about this bicycle power station. And that would be Jim, Brittany, Taylor, and there's so many collaborators. I wish I could give props to everybody. All of the natural builders, all of the herbalists, and healers, and there's a lot. Really, just, it's whatever inspires you, and it's different for me every day, so, thank you.
Well, thanks for pointing people into some directions maybe they haven't checked out yet, and definitely please plug in with Kate. It's a volunteer group, so if you guys are inspired by what Solutions Voyage does, check them out. Come to the event on February 10th and see how you can plug in and bring your solutions. And I'm going to end on one solution for this interview that it's been bubbling up for me super strong, and I just want to point out, I think you maybe have heard me point this out before, but there's a lot of people talking about green energy, right? We're talking about wind, we're talking about solar. You hear that all the time. We need green energy solutions. Well, I just want to point out a little tidbit of this room. You probably already know the green energy solution, the most glorious one, never gets talked about because it's not subsidized by the government. Nobody's talking about it. Hemp for victory, my friends. Hemp, hemp, hooray. Why don't we hear about hemp, right? All of these awesome solutionary people and these environmentalists and these activists talking about solutions, and they all forget hemp. I think there's something to be said there, and why we are seeing complete rhetoric of with green energy, solar, wind, green energy, solar, wind, and you're not ever hearing anything about hemp. So I think that's something to end this on for y'all to think about and make sure that we, because hemp could create paper, hemp could create oil, hemp could save people through the medicinal properties of CBDs, and yet still a federal one substance. Now what's going on with this government that's using mandates and ordinates, what word am I trying to say that? Ordinations, I don't know what word. Ordinances, there we go. But these little phony words in pieces of paper from corporations that say they're, have authority over us, and then they tell us what we can and can't use for medicines or for solutions. So
I just, you can do it if you have enough willpower. You can make it happen. And specifically in the hemp industry, I know that there's a lot of supply out there, but not a lot of manufacturing that's happening right now. So there's a huge opening in the market for that. If anybody's interested, you just need a little bit of money to invest in some equipment and make it happen.
All right. Well, I thank all of you for being here at the We Are Change Open Mic, and I thank all the people watching this on this lovely screen. Shout out to the man behind who's helping film, and shout out to all you guys who are being the change in your daily lives. That's what it's all about. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if y'all want to help share this video, we appreciate it. Much love, my family. Thanks a lot for coming, Kate. Let's kick off this open mic with this man behind this camera and have him come join us right here.